Hi, I'm Darren and welcome to Level Up Double E Lab. Well, I'm back from Hamvention 2023 and just like last year, I found an irresistible treasure in desperate need of some love and attention. Let's check it out. I had a great time at Hamvention this year. I was there Saturday and Sunday, and except for a bit of rain very early Saturday morning, the weather was really nice. I spent most of my time strolling through the immense flea market. I also attended several of the forums and of course checked out all the commercial and organizational booths and chatted to several of my ham radio friends, and the next thing I knew, most of Saturday had gotten away from me and I remembered I didn't buy a t-shirt, so I went back to that booth, and by the time I got there, the only thing left in my size were the sweatshirts. So lesson learned, if you really want a Hamvention t-shirt, you better buy one when you walk in. But no big deal, you can pretty much wear a sweatshirt 9 months out of the year here in Northern Illinois anyway. Alright, let's get on with the big reveal. This year's Hamvention rescue rig is a lovely Heathkit GR91. It's a general coverage receiver, one of many different models of receivers that Heathkit offered over the decades. And this poor guy has seen better days for sure. The case paint is really beat up, but at least the front panel graphics are still intact and legible. All the control knobs are present and accounted for. They might actually be the originals. All the controls still rotate, including the main tuning knob. And the pointer moves with it, so that's a good sign. And the large dial indicator looks to be free of any cracks or crazing, another positive. Around back, the upper cover panel is long gone. No surprise there, those were typically made from dirt cheap pressboard or even just thick paper, so they almost always fall apart. It is pretty dirty, but not uncommon for something that's been kept in less than optimal storage for a while. But on the upside, there's no evidence of nicotine residue, so it's unlikely this GR91 spent much time in a smoking environment. Now, compare that to last year's rescue rig, the Heathkit HW101 that I restored to fully operational condition. My starting conditions this year are much better. If you haven't yet watched my work on that HW101, I've put a link in the upper right hand corner to a playlist of all 7 episodes. You really should check that series out. That was a real challenging project that turned out great. Let's have a look inside. First impressions are actually pretty encouraging. All the important bits and pieces appear to be still here, with one exception. All 4 tubes are missing. More on that in a moment. The speaker is still intact, the power and audio transformers don't look cooked. There's a single printed circuit board and it is really filthy, but generally those clean up pretty easily. And nothing on it looks fried. Okay, let's pull the bottom cover off and have a look at the underside. Unless this rig has seen really harsh treatment, the area inside the chassis should look pretty clean. And good news, it is really clean. There's a lot of manually twisted pair wiring here. I'm assuming that was done per the Heathkit instructions. Nothing looks immediately alarming with the traces. I don't see anything burned or any hack repairs. The soldering in general looks a little suspect, so I probably should touch up all the joints. That's quick and easy to do. All things considered, this should be a fairly straightforward repair job. Oh, and back to the missing tubes. I pulled the cover off before I bought it, so I knew right away that the tubes were missing. I was able to find all 4 of them at Hamvention for a whopping total cost of $9. So definitely a simpler Hamvention rescue project this year, but hopefully one that I can complete in just 1 or 2 additional episodes. Now, I also don't want to lose sight of the fact that this is a very basic receiver, and even in original factory condition, its performance would be eclipsed by the majority of ham radio receivers of its era. Not to mention that any $30 SDR USB dongle you can buy today is light years ahead of it. I've addressed this topic several times on my channel. Some things are worth saving even if they are functionally obsolete. And one of the unspoken realities of amateur radio is we hams don't truly own any of our gear. We're more like caretakers of it until the next generation comes along and joins our hobby and picks something like this up at a ham fest. So who knows, maybe this simple little receiver will be the spark of inspiration for some yet-to-be-born future ham. I seriously doubt a $30 SDR USB dongle will do that. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this brief preview into my newest rescue rig project, and I do hope you stick with me to see how it all turns out. Also, if you've owned one of these in the past or worked on one of these in the past and have something interesting to share, please leave comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. So until next time, bye for now.